to my YouTube video. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be discussing the 5%ers prop trading firm. It is one of the best trading firms. It has been around since about 2016. I'm on their website right now, and you can see the 5%ers have been around since 2016. They've got funded traders. They've also got some trading resources like blogs and materials. If you are good and you know what you're doing, they will fund you up to about $1.28 million. So if we just scroll down or click the Get Funded tab, you'll find that they have two plans. There's the low risk and the aggressive. I'll explain the difference between the two. So here are all the programs that they offer. You can choose a 6,000, a 10,000, a 13,000, or a 20,000. So 5%ers have this thing where you have to pass a verification test, but it is just one-step verification. And then when you pass your verification, they multiply your account, guys, by 4. So meaning if you start with a 6,000 one, if you pass, you get 24,000. If you start with the 10, 40, 13, 52, the 20, you get 80,000. Now, the low risk, I'll start from the low risk. On the low risk, I'll just say the 24,000 one is 275, the 40,000 is $450, the 52,000 is 565, and the 80,000 is 875. These are one-time participation fees. So the profit target is 6% on the first three and 7% on the 80,000. So what will happen is though you start with instant funding of 20,000. Once you make 1,400, your account will be upgraded. You'll now be trading with 80,000 US dollars. The stop out or the floating drawdown is 4% in each case. What that means is, for instance, on the $20,000, your account must not be 19,000, I think 200. You must not go below that in both open and closed trades. Then the account leverage. The leverage on the low risk is 1 to 6, which means on the $10,000 account, you have about a buying power of just over $60,000. You have about 120 on the 20,000. Yeah. Then you require a stop loss. So as 5%ers are a prop firm and they want to see that you can trade responsibly. If you've understood risk management, you know that you need a stop loss. Most of the accounts are blown because one, you enter a wrong trade and you don't have a stop loss, and you get emotional and you keep adding to those losses instead of just cutting it. Well, with 5%ers, you risk about 1.5% and you need to have a stop loss. Now, the next thing that I really like about them is, unlike the other prop firms which require you to have two-step verification, which must be done in 30 days in the first step and 60 days in the second step, with the 5%ers, it's a bit different. It's one step and you have to do it in 180 days on the low risk. 180 days in the low risk, which is about 100 and maybe 110, 120 days if we remove the weekends, which is 6 months, which I think is very doable. So once you pass, your initial amount will be increased by 4. There's a 50-50 profit split, and then the maximum funding. So after you reach, I think it's 10%, your account keeps getting doubled. It will get doubled until it goes all the way to $1.28 million, guys, if you know what you're doing. So yeah, that's the maximum you can trade. I'm not too sure how many accounts you can have. I think it must be 3. I'll have to confirm. The aggressive plan is quite similar, except for the 6,000, the prices are the same. That's a very good thing. However, the profit target is 12% on each level, meaning the 20,000, you now have to make 12%. You have to make about, which is about 2,400. The stop out level is also, I think, yeah, it's also the same, which means your equity, which means when you enter trades and there's drawdown, your equity must not, for instance, on the 20,000 go below 19,200. Once it goes below that, your account will be closed. The advantage of the leverage, however, is it has a higher leverage. The leverage is 1 to 30, which means you have way more buying power. So for instance, on the 20,000 account, on the low risk, it's 1 to 6, which means you have a buying power of about 120,000. This time, you have a buying power of about 600, which I think is good. There is no stop loss required. Since you're being aggressive, you can't use a stop loss. You don't want to use a stop loss on this, it's okay. However, you have got a maximum time of 60 days to make the target of 12%, which can be done quite easily. And once you pass the initial test, the instant funding, for instance, you start with 6, 10, 13, and 20, it'll be multiplied by 4. Then the profit split is also still 50-50. The guaranteed funding, if you are scaling up, each time you reach 10%, your account gets doubled, I think, until it reaches $1.28 million. And yeah, the growth, on this one, the growth target is 25%. It's a bit higher. On the low risk, it was 10. What that means is once you reach 25% of your account by value, your account gets doubled. And I think the beauty of 5%ers is, say for instance, you're in the $20,000 and you make that 12%, you now move to 80,000, then you make, for instance, 10,000 and you decide to withdraw it. That money that you've withdrawn will not be removed from the target, meaning now you are just short for about, is it maybe 15,000 to make it to 100,000, 105 or so that you can have. So basically what I'm saying is, if you are on the 20,000, you pass, you go to 80,000. Once you make maybe 20% of that amount and you withdraw it, you just have to make another 5%. They'll not say, no, you withdrew it, you have to start again. No, they don't do that. Also, the other beauty of 5%ers is they have a great support system. Their support system is really amazing. They will respond to whatever questions you have if you send it via email in about, I can say, less than 4 hours. They have the best support system that I've seen among all the prop firms. And their website looks clean and it's very friendly. And they have also a strong presence on social media, such as Facebook. I'm not too sure about Instagram. And they've been around since 2016, so you can trust them. Who is 5%ers meant for? When I look at 5%ers, especially the low risk, the low risk, I feel it's more for someone who understands swing trading, in that you can't be too fast with the low risk. That's why they give it 180 days. It's more for someone who enters a trade and maybe for a couple of days or weeks. And yeah, that's what I think. The aggressive plan, I like the fact that it has no stop loss. I don't like the fact that you need to make 25% for growth rate, because I feel 25% is quite steep. It is quite hard to make. The one thing that I really don't like about 5%ers is the account leverage. I feel the leverage, they really tied us down. City Traders Imperium has a leverage of 1 to 100, though they limit the number of lots. 5%ers has 1 to 6. Now, if you are trading from like a broker that's regulated, that's okay. But if you know trading, you know that we can't make profit easily using low risk. Sorry, using low leverage. So 1 to 6 is a bit hard. But the one thing I really love about them is the time frame. You have 180 days. So if you're scalping and say for instance you're on the 13,000 and you just tell yourself every day I have to make $13, you can do it in about Yeah, you can do it in about 70 days, which I think is very doable. 70 days is about 3 months, which is about almost 90 if we factor in weekends. So I really like that about them. You can take it really slow. The lower risk I feel is for people who are a bit patient, people who have the time and they're not under pressure to make those payments and all. Also, the thing that I really love about 5%ers is their prices are pretty fair. 275 for the 6,000, 450 for the 10,000, and 565 for 13,000, 875 for 20,000, which later becomes 80,000. So I really like that. The aggressive plan is for, I think, people who are who are quite aggressive, so to say, as the name goes, but people who have this strategy which they trust. Because remember, there's no stop loss, meaning you can open quite a large, you can open a larger amount, but also remember, the more trades you open, the quicker it is to reach that drawdown of 4%. You can check out 5%ers at your own discretion. I'll leave a link in the description below. I'll also leave a link for their support Facebook on Facebook. They have a really neat website, a really good support system on Facebook. They also have a very good trading platform. I checked out their spreads, they are quite low. So I thought I'd just go over 5%ers, guys. Please feel free to leave a comment, to ask a question, and of course to like this video so that we can share it with more traders just like you. Have a good day and thank you very much.